Good morning, grade 10.
Good morning, sir.
I trust and hope you had a wonderful weekend and ready to take on this new challenge this morning.
Yes, sir.
All right. You see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
All right. So we're going to go through a scenario right here. So Tina went to a secret party, and the students always want to go to party and behind their parents back. Tina went to a secret party to meet TJ and got more than what she bargained for. During the process, and neither of them took the necessary precaution to protect themselves. No, 1 month later, things just don't seem to add up. Am I worried, Tina? So Tina begin to question herself and say, if I am, I will have to drop out of school. If I am not, then the next time I must be more careful, reasoned Tina. So based on the scenario here, what do you think we're going to discuss in class this morning?
Making a decision because Tina has to make a decision whether or not if she is pregnant, she have to drop out of school. If she is not, as she said, she will be more careful next time. So I think we'll be looking at something that involves making a decision.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. So, Miss great to have very bright this morning. So this morning class, we're going to look on conditional statements. So I have to look at the main concept first, which is conditional statement. Can you read for me, please?
What is a conditional statement? Conditional statements allow decisions to be made in a program. This includes deciding which statements are to be executed, carried out. These statements help the direction of our program.
Excellent. Thank you. So basically, we're gonna choose the scenarios based on if we're gonna choose if the scenarios must be carried out or if it is not going to be carried out, right?
Right, sir.
All right, wonderful. So types of conditional statements. So it's based on our scenario earlier on in the class, where Tina is going to make a choice between two or more choices. So when we look on types of conditional statements, we're talking about if then else, and if then else if. All right. So first one we're going to look on is the if then. But first, we have to include this element right here. This is very important in answering our questions. So we're going to look on relational operators. We might know a few of these before, but I want to put them into context so when you start to look at a few questions, we don't make any simple mistakes. So relational operators, so we have the operator on one side and the meaning. So equal sign, equal to, equal with a slash between, that's not equal to. Then we have another not equal, which is the two arrows pointing either side together, mean not equal. We have greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Some of the time, the students have make mistake between the greater than or the less than. So what we need to understand that our right hand is always greater than, and our left hand is less than. All right, so the first one I'm going to look on is the if-then statement. Can you read again for me, please?
The if-then statement is a conditional statement where if the condition is met, then an action happens. We start an if statement with the word if at the beginning of to followed by the condition. the program will then execute what is in the curly brackets. So basically, sir, you're saying that we started with the if at the beginning and then it is followed by the curly bracket. So whatever is in the curly bracket, that is what will be executed. That is what the program will check to see if they need to do it. That is what you're saying, sir, in the if then.
Yes, wonderful. So now, based on what you said, we're going to look on the syntax we're going to use. So the if then construct include the if, we have the condition in the middle. Then, so if the condition is met, we need to output one or more instructions which will be carried out if the condition is true. So in this case, only one output will be given in the if then. Only one output. As I'm going to try a question to try to sharpen our skills this morning and to put everything into context. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Right now. So example 1, write an algorithm that will prompt the user to read the time. If the time is 11 o'clock, output ring the bell. I want to say students always love to hear the bell, right? And at this time, it's normally lunchtime, right? So we're going to ring the bell to signify
Yes.
the time of lunch. So in this question now, we have a few inputs. So the input is to read the time, right? So
Read the time.
read the
Right,
time,
sir. The input will be read the time.
yes. And then
And
we
then
say,
we would have the condition because I see the word if. So
yes,
I know that we're going to have the condition after we read the time.
all right. And if the time equal is 11 o'clock, then what we have to do?
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. So I'm going to put it in the context now. So I'm going to create a text box here. So the word prompt is to ask a question. So in this case, we're going to open bracket and say enter. That question are we going to ask them? Enter the time.
Time.
So enter the time, right? So after we enter the time, what are we going to read in the algorithm now? Read
the time.
Read the time. Wonderful. So now, so we reach the part now where we say, if the time is 11 o'clock, then we're going to ring the bell, right? So in this case, so based on the relational operator we mentioned earlier on in class, right? Where the equal is, where the is right here, it means equal. All right, so let's put in the concept now. So if time equal 11 o'clock, right? Or I'm putting in o'clock. So if the time equal 11 o'clock, then what now? What are we
Ring the bell.
going to ring the bell? Ring the bell. Wonderful. And the last thing we're going to have based on the syntax is to end if.
End it, sir.
And that's how we answer that question. Any question?
Not yet, sir.
Wonderful. Let's continue. So the next one we're going to look on is if then else. I would say if then else is, this is used to compare two or more sets of data and test the results. If the results are true, the then instructions are taken. If not, the else instructions are taken. So based on what we learned a while ago, right? We only output one element. Now in the if then else, we're going to compare two or more items now. Well, look on the syntax. So what have you what do you notice in the syntax compared with the other one?
In the other one, you just had one condition to test, but in this one, you have two conditions too. test. If
So,
one is not true, then I carry out the other one.
excellent. Wonderful. So I'm going to look on a simple question. So based on what we had learned before, we're going to make some advanced steps now. So the first time we were creeping, now we're going to try and walk. So the question states, write an algorithm that will prompt the user to enter the age of a person. If the age is greater than 35, output old person, otherwise output young person. So what this is saying now, if so, the condition is age, right? And if the person is older than 35, we output what?
Old person.
And if the person is under 35, we output?
Young person.
All right, wonderful. So let's try it again to see if we understand what we were really talking about. So in the first part, we said that prompt mean to ask a question, right? So in this time,
Yes.
we're going to say enter what now? Enter the
Age.
age of a person. All right. After we enter the age of a person, what are we going to do now? To read what?
Write the condition. If read the age.
Or read the age first, yes. Then now we're going to use the condition now. So we're going to use if what now? If age
Age is greater than 35.
greater than 35. Then, so if the age is greater than 35, what are we going to output there?
Old person.
Old person, excellent. All right. Now, are we finished there?
No, sir, because we have another condition to
Another
test.
condition. So this is where
In
we
case the person is not greater than 35.
yes. So in this case, this is where we use the else now, right? So put the else here. So if the age is greater than 35, we output old person, right? However, now if the person is under 35, we output young
Young
person.
person.
Wonderful. And what's the last thing we're going to place here now to finish our statement?
And
And if. Wonderful. Any question?
no, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Give
this
us
is
some for homework and then we'll see if we understand.
see if you understand. All right, and
Yes, so just give
no,
us
no
some for
problem.
homework.
So
As
I'm
it's
going.
lunchtime. It's lunchtime, no, sir.
Yes, that's true. All right. So here's the homework question. As I want every time to record the questions in a notebook. So the first question states, write an algorithm that will prompt the user to enter two different numbers, calculate and display the smallest number. Question 2, write an algorithm that will prompt the user to enter the grades of students in a test. If the students obtain 65% and over, output you have passed. Are these questions challenging?
We'll see, sir, at the next class.
All right, and so as have a good one and enjoy your lunch. 'Cause I know that everybody want to, well, everyone is hungry right now. So once you take off all of the notes, and you may go for lunch. Take care, everyone.
Bye, bye, sir.
Bye.